What is up? It is me. It is I. I am the greatest there is, the greatest there was, and the greatest there ever will be. I am greatness personified myself. Yes, yes, Stoney greatness, and I am here with the man of the hour, the myth, the legend, the activist, the author, the conqueror, the educator, the entertainer, the I can't even. He just that the magnitude of this man. I can't even quantify
the magnetism of that man
with words.
Thank you.
So some respect and bend the knee because they come from all across the world to see the man who wears the crown that hangs 2 inches from the ground. He is your king. He is my king. He is King Kevyn.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you guys so much for that wonderful welcome. Thank you to Stoney Greatness. Welcome to the GreatMines Show. Hey Pop, I see Pop's on already. So I want to say hello. Always pops in and speaks, even if he can't say it the whole time, which I think you do. But one way or another, we appreciate you guys for tuning into another episode of the GreatMines Show, where we are currently reviewing RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16.
Mm-hmm.
And we're on episode 12 this evening. And it started. To me, this has been another feel-good episode. When I told Stoney my take, my word to describe it was bittersweet.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who've watched this, you may understand why I say bittersweet. By the time we get to the end of this episode, you'll understand why it was bittersweet.
Yes, and I said kudos, Mama. Thank you for spelling.
So I had no go. Wait, see, that's your fault. That's my fault. No, all right. So I had a very interesting experience this week.
Yeah.
Not name dropping or nothing. I'm stopping.
Yeah. Go ahead, name drop.
I'm in Center City. Mom just popped in. Hey, Mom.
Hey.
So I know that my parents are watching. If nothing else, my parents are watching and are supporting me. Thank you, both. Yeah. So I was on my way to the pharmacy, and I was actually on the phone with my mom. And I'm walking and we're talking about some stuff between Ohio and Pennsylvania and stuff. I said, "Hey, Mom, let me call you back. I think I see Saphira." And I hang up. I'm like, "No, that's definitely Saphira." I tapped her on her arm or whatever like that. Hey, babe. Oh, big old hug. Before I saw Saphira, I had circled the block. So my first time around, it was like maybe 5 drag queens lined up in the middle of the street and in the neighborhood in the city. You know where they have the rainbow crosswalk?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't watch Drag Race, so I don't know what's going on. I know, but you always pop in and at least say hi, so we appreciate it.
Just strap in.
Right.
Strap in, enjoy the ride.
But I see these drag queens all in like these bright different colors. One, her hair was the word spelled hair, and on her butt it was like the shape of the pant or the bottom of the pant wrote out butt, like it was saying this is hair, this is butt, like stuff. It was cute, but they were like in between red lights and green lights. They would like go off to the side, and then when they had the right of way, they would go back and like shoot like a choreography or whatever. It was like, okay, that's kind of cool. So when I circled the block the second time, that's when I saw Saphira in her all blue. I'm like, oh. So no, she sends her love to us first off. and she is killing it. She's a sweetheart. I just man, here's my thing about Saphira. Beyond the talent,
Mhm.
her heart,
Yeah.
and she's always been this way. And you see it on the show, but it's a different thing to experience it in person. I swear it is. She is definitely a magnificent um spirit in general. So as I said last week, win, lose, or draw, Saphira is my queen.
Yeah, yeah, she is. She is. She will always be the crown jewel of Philadelphia now. She has really, you know,
She's done a great job
yes.
representing the city. She
Mhm.
reps the city. She's just, and again, she's talented in her heart.
Mhm.
There was a time I reached out to Saphira to help me with my daughter at the time.
Mhm.
And Saphira, without a second thought, sure, connect me. I'd love to sit down and talk to her and help her out. Like you, and like I said, you see it in the show when she's helping other girls on the show. Like, this is a competition. I'm good. You figure yours out.
Mhm.
She could easily be that person, but she's not. She's the type of person that's like, I don't mind giving. I don't mind sharing. I don't mind helping or teaching because it's going to help the greater good.
Yeah.
That's why she's my heart, because I connect with her on that level. So yeah, we love you, Saphira.
Yeah, we do love you, Saphira. Yeah. So
To be fair, we're going to talk about all the queens of this
Yes.
season, right?
Yes,
Oh,
we are.
this episode.
And we just wanted to share, like, obviously, Kyng wanted to share that little note with everybody. But let's go ahead, dive right in. Episode 12 of season 16, where we started off with the mini challenge. Well, we had a moment. We had a moment.
We have to talk about that moment 1st.
Mhm.
So, episode 11, the winner of that maxi challenge was Saphira.
Mhm.
But Q felt like that was an undeserved win.
Mhm.
Now, everyone's accepted. RuPaul makes the last decision as to who wins what challenge. And if Mother says Saphira wins, whether you like it or not.
Mhm.
For Q, that was a hard pill to swallow. So she just
She was
had
very abrasive when they got back from the runway. She had this very stone faced look. They were like, "Oh, there's heat," And then the next
I
morning,
got a point to make to that before you go to the next
Go
morning.
ahead.
It's interesting how just human psychology is, because Saphira did a great job.
Mhm.
I honestly understand what Q's talking about
Mhm.
in terms of winning, because I probably would have given it to Q or Plain Jane myself. I have to sneeze, and it's not coming out. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
God bless the king.
Thank you. So I can understand her frustration, but at the end of the day, Rue saw something that she liked and she gave it to Saphira. It just is what it is. That sneeze threw me completely off of my thought process. Because I'm talking about me agreeing with Q.
Right.
Yeah, I lost it. That sneeze threw me out. My brain went boop.
Yeah, so Q and the
I just
next
pulled the
morning,
morphine.
right?
You heard me?
Huh?
I just pulled the morphine.
Yeah, you did. You did. The next morning,
Thank you, Pop.
Q comes and they're all in the workroom, and Saphira, wants to, make sure that the air is clear and that everything is good. And Q goes on this little, monologue where, oh, I understand this and I understand that, and I was in my feelings, but I do have to say that your win was undeserved. And she used the words, quote, undeserved. So and Saphira, rightly so, took offense to that. Like, you're not going to sit here and say that I didn't deserve to win. You could say that you didn't agree with the judge's decisions. You don't agree with the outcome of the competition, but you can't say that I didn't deserve the win, because I worked just as hard as you did to put something respectable out there.
With that, Q even doubled down. She tripled down on that.
No, she did. She stood 10 toes down on it.
And it's like, again, you can
undeserved.
disagree, but to say I didn't deserve it, that was like some shady. But I think that Q at some point did say she may have used the wrong word. Because I think all of those girls deserve the recognition, except for the person that was sent home that episode. maybe Morphine. But at the end of the day, they all deserve to have like one or possibly. I mean, I feel like any of these girls, put them at any previous season before like season 10, and they could have had a very strong shot at being the top 4. So
There's a couple seasons where it's like no, but
I mean, pick and choose.
like yeah, but
Pick and
yeah,
choose.
no, yeah.
The point
there's
stands
some seasons-
overall.
Yeah, there's some seasons where if these queens were sprinkled in amongst them, they would have definitely had a better showing and a
Right.
better opportunity at a good showing than than what they would, especially on this season with all of the strong queens that we had
Right.
coming out of the gate. I mean, this was pretty much this was pretty much the top 6. You could give or take a plasma or two,
Yeah,
but this was pretty much
I really wish
the
that.
top 6 that we was expecting.
Yeah, I would have switched Morphine with Plasma.
Yeah,
that would be the only thing I would have changed.
yeah. I definitely think that. Yeah.
So again, these two at the beginning of the episode, they definitely disagreed with each other on the deserving of that win. But at the end of the day, my girl got her 3rd win
Right.
last week, and we ate it up.
Yeah.
Now here we are this week, and Ru comes in the workroom right when Sapphira's starting to like really address that with Q, and she started questioning Q, but then RuPaul pops up.
Yes.
For their mini challenge. Tammy Faye, right?
Yeah, Tammy Faye Baker. A lot of folks from of a certain age will know who Tammy Faye Baker is in our audience, and how they had the shirt.
Mom, Pop, he just called y'all old.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No,
they're our audience
who
right
Tammy
now.
Faye Baker is.
I think I know.
Yeah, you do. Of a certain age. So they had this shirt back in the day where it was like I ran into Tammy Faye Baker, and it was like this really mashed up looking face on there, and it looked like like a makeup, like she ran into it because her thing was she had crazy makeup, like her makeup was really really vibrant and everything else like that.
Oops.
Like I don't think they could see it much. No.
First off.
Nope.
Nope, it ain't gonna work.
Terrible.
Ain't gonna work.
Yeah. Anyway,
I tried.
Google her. She has a whole movie and everything about her.
Wait, Pop said yes the hell you did, but I ain't mad.
No, I wasn't. I really wasn't. Because I know who Tammy Faye Baker is, but I'm not of a certain age.
I mean, so according to this, she passed in 2007. So
Yeah.
Okay.
So but yeah, so she had this shirt where it looked like she literally ran into you because like her makeup would be all smushed and it'd be like a smushed looking face. And so the challenge was for the queens to put on a whole bunch of makeup and then literally make their own like Tammy Faye Baker shirt and smush their face in to try to translate their drag face onto a shirt and everything. And it was okay.
So the CEO or the owner of Anastasia Beverly Hills, what is her name?
Yes,
Nirvana or something like that.
Yeah,
she helped Ru out to host the mini challenge.
Uh-huh.
So she says, "Oh, pit crew." The pit crew comes out, 6 guys, and they're in nothing but like their little cute underwear, and they all are given a shirt. I guess customized to the queen that's going to be paired with them. And now they're making their Tammy Faye Baker t-shirt.
Yeah.
And these girls who have not had a physical touch from another person in an intimate way, and now you're rubbing your face all over somebody's body, got a little carried away with a few people. I can see, some of them are talented.
You gotta get King Kevyn on the pit crew.
Some of them are talented. Well, King Kevyn need to get his body together if he wants to do that. But yeah, some of them are very talented. I see, Nymphia. But at the end of the day, the winner of the mini challenge this week was Plain Jane.
Yes.
And I think that it was very much so deserving. It's weird because literally all they did. Well, all right.
I mean,
face value.
Q did a very good
job.
Maya Iman
I was about to play on it. Yeah,
it was great. Ru called it, and I thought that Q deserved that because she gave a whole different,
I was gonna say, like, face value is like, oh, all they did was rub their makeup all over somebody's shirt. That was on somebody's body, and yeah, that's cute. But you actually have to think. They had to think ahead of time how this would translate once it wiped off. Because if you saw certain girls, like, they made sure they got all in, got the makeup all up in. Now you see why I said somebody was talented. Anyway, no, it's the thought that you have to put into what impression you're going to make on these shirts before you even did it. So yeah, sorry. I told you I was going to be annoying with my words today.
It's okay.
I'm working on it.
You're the kid. Go right in. I'm just checking to make sure we look right on the social.
Is it?
And we do. Yeah.
Good.
Yes. So yes, Plain Jane finally won a mini challenge. Her first mini challenge win of the season.
It is.
Yes. So kudos to you, Mama.
Yes, sister.
Thanks for winning,
sister.
Yes.
So after she wins, RuPaul announces the Maxi Challenge. This week's Maxi Challenge is bathroom hunties. They have to design pretty much a bathroom that is unisex that anybody could use. Because, you know, there's been for years now all this discussion and controversy over trans individuals using certain bathrooms.
And speaking of recently, yes, a couple of days ago, actually, to our viewers and our folks in Alabama, your governor, all right, recently signed into law a Anti-Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Act. Now, this is a woman, okay?
Yeah, how about that?
A woman, all right? Now, it's just because it's a woman. If anybody should be standing against any type of anti-diversity, equity, and inclusion type of thing, it would be a woman. No matter if you're a white woman, black woman, whatever.
Trans woman.
At the end of the day, here in America, the only people that are guaranteed anything are white men. That's it. Like, point blank period. Not even white women.
Right.
But y'all seem to think that y'all are lumped in with them for some reason, and that is the biggest lie. That is the greatest lie that the devil ever told. But,
and as Pop said, she's an old white woman.
Yes, an old white woman. So yeah, she definitely. I would try to find pictures. I'm pretty sure pictures of her was there. She was there with the kid yelling at the black kids trying to get in school in Alabama.
Probably was.
And now she's the governor. And so, but yeah, she just signed in that bill basically, and like you can't like cutting off funding and from public institutions like University of Alabama, Auburn, all those, you know, major colleges, University of Alabama, Birmingham, UAB, cutting, basically say y'all can't have these, diversity, equity, and inclusion departments.
She says that it's divisive because it makes people feel bad about their race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes people feel bad about their race, and included in that bill is the mandate that you have to use the bathroom of the gender that you were assigned at birth. Okay, so America, where we believe in freedom, because that definitely is freedom. Making sure that I use only the bathroom of the gender that I was assigned for at birth. Freedom America.
I also think it's interesting because I saw on Instagram T.S. Madison's show. And in it, there was this white woman out in the parking lot at a Walmart or something like that complaining about this person that was in the ladies' room who said that they were trans. And then they go to the image of said person who was in the ladies' room who said they were trans, and they present it as a white masculine man. Not, I've seen some trans women who maybe have not gone through hormone replacement therapy, so their features are more masculine than feminine, but you can tell somewhere they may be just started taking their hormone replacement therapy, but they still presented more masculine than feminine in those moments. No, I mean just straight up dude looking person. Older dude, creep looking dude. But and T.S. Madison said that she's from an era where the whole point in like being trained. Not the whole point, but it was important for them back then or back in some era when you presented as a trans person, you presented yourself feminine. And I understand, like, yeah, we don't have to like assign, oh, you're a trans woman, so you have to be feminine, or you're a trans man, so you have to be masculine, or whatever the case may be in that situation. But this person legitimately just presented man clothes, man appearance, like, and gave creep vibes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the stuff that
And
makes
that's
it
what
difficult for.
and those are the examples that they cite on the right as
Right.
why we have to only why you should only be allowed to use the bathroom of the gender that you were assigned with, is because we open the door for people who are creeps and everything, and to say, oh no, I'm a woman, but really they want to be in there,
right?
And
I'm also
like
thinking about a situation, a very real situation.
Mm-hmm.
There's a person, I want to say sometime last year, trans individual who did a lot of social work, community work, advocacy work, and everything like that. Whole time was abusing someone, a minor,
Mm-hmm.
in inappropriate adult ways. And I'm like, that's the narrative that they want to put on us.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why I bring that up is because we live in a society where our population is just continuing to grow. There's going to be those small instances where somebody's going to find a loophole, like this person in the bathroom, or they're going to actually do something wrong. And I just hate that we blanket an entire community based off of these bad apples or these bad seeds.
Now, see, and this is and that right there, see, and I'm sorry to make it like a race thing or whatever and everything, but that right there, right, is the same logic that white people cast on themselves as far as when you bring up the race debate.
Mm-hmm.
You're holding me responsible for what a few people did in
Here's
the
my
past,
caveat to that. Here's
and,
my
and
caveat
stuff. You're
to
blanketing
that.
the entire white community, but in turn, what I'm saying is, in turn, they're doing the same thing that they're asking us as the
right,
black community not to do to y'all, but y'all are doing that with the LGBT community. And there is a good shot, like in the LGBT community, right, mirrors the regular community. So the
many
majority
ways
of the people that y'all are, discriminating against, y'all think it's black and brown little fairy. No, it is. No, they look exact. Most of the community is white, like y'all. Like, you're hurting your own people. Like, and it is like, oh well, and I don't get it.
But to that, the way it could be used as a blanket statement for their argument, I would say, yeah, no, I don't think that you should cast a blanket on all white people and say that all white people are doing this. It's not fair. I am connected to and attached to and love a plethora of white people who are very significant in my life, and they're not those people. So I wouldn't dare blanket it. But when you fall into the fray of bigotry and all those other isms, those are the people we're talking about. Not the everyday American who loves and who used their privilege to spread knowledge or bring awareness to or stand up as an ally in that sense. No, I'm not talking about them. Why would I?
Right, exactly.
So, yeah. Back to this channel, which is funny. We got on a conversation like this because it was actually a joke thrown in there about this later on in one of these challenges. So and I'm smiling about it, so it paid off.
So bathroom hunties.
Yes.
It's crazy that bathrooms are center focus on such a conversation like that.
Right.
But
right.
America.
Right.
So the Maxi Challenge bathroom hunties. The queens were split up into groups. You had into teams. You had Sapphira and
do it from the other way. The first team, then the middle team, and then so it was like
the first
it was
team
Morphine
and Q, and then we had paired was Nymphia and Dawn. All right, and then we had Sapphira and Plain Jane.
Yes.
So those were the pairings. They each had to design a bathroom for Dada and Dee, who were played by Carson and Michelle Visage.
Which I loved them in this. At some point, because they were, when the moment they stepped on camera to the moment they were off, they were on.
Trying to be on. Michelle.
The energy that they gave was like, okay, we're here.
Was still very much, they still gave the energy and everything was still eccentric Europeans, but, Michelle would drop her German accent on occasion in the
true. It was I want to point out something that Pop said. Even though we've moved on from the conversation just slightly, I think it's a very good point. That point being, I read this. That program, To Catch a Predator, has never been outside of a trans person's house.
Oh!
Now, I have to say, most times when these people show up, they're actually coming to a decoy house. But it's never a trans person that pops up. I can say that. But anyway, so they're in the workroom. They're all discussing their concept and their ideas for their Bathroom Hunties project. Morphine and Q, they have this heaven or hell idea, which I think was actually a really great concept. There were a few things that I think we both would have done differently. But their concept in itself was actually kind of cute. They did do some things that I thought were clever that I wouldn't have thought of.
Right.
Like a toilet seat that you can't sit on.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have thought it. Like it's hell. So like they're torturing.
Yeah, and the toilet paper just out of reach.
So they they have the seat of the toilet down here, but the toilet paper was all the way up here somewhere. Like I like stuff like that. Yeah, like it was very clever.
The stall was like just covered your shin.
So you guys can't see below here on me. Stoney has a little more space, but like my table that I use to prop everything up is like literally on my knees. I don't have much leg room here. It reminds me of flying on Spirit airline, and you're like kind of got your knees like this the whole ride. God forbid you have a ride longer than an hour and a half.
Much more comfortable than Spirit airline.
No, my chairs are more comfortable. If the table wasn't here, I had more space, but one way or another. That's the whole concept of like it's just uncomfortable, cramped, or inconveniences. Making that bathroom, I would have done more of that. Yeah,
they had little hand hooks that were like actual hands, and then
that was funny.
Stuff on, and then it would just drop it. Like
that was funny.
Yeah, that was great. It was a cute little concept. It's just that I just think that and the thing with this challenge is not only did you have to design and have a good looking space because it was actual space on set that they were working with.
Can I say that about the challenge? I actually love that they actually did some interior design. All three looked great.
Yeah,
they looked amazing to me.
They did.
So like somebody has some interior design experience. I know Dawn has a lot of like arts and engineering and things like that.
Yeah.
But they looked great. And
they did.
I was expecting to see bananas in Dawn and Nymphia's bathroom.
No,
there were no bananas.
It was just the slightly yellowish green.
Yeah, I could deal with it.
Yeah,
they added so many different accents.
Yeah, they went with Nymphia and Dawn went with more of a like modern art museum type of aesthetic. Basically, like when you come to this bathroom, you are entering the Museum of Fart.
A fart instead of art. Yeah. And it was cute. It was the only thing, I'm going to be honest with you, they did it. I didn't like that they did it. I thought it was just going to be a joke. It's like when they flushed the toilet, you heard Nymphia, whatever she did. They actually flushed the toilet, and you could actually hear that.
In the hell when they flushed the toilet and you heard somebody scream and stuff like that, like, but... Like with that one, and I did like their concept with the 2-person stall being just the 2 toilets, and then
they called it the wee. A little platform with 2 toilets on wheels that they literally moved in circles around each other and then put them together, and it was cute.
Yeah.
Again, especially at this point in the competition, it's not about a person being bad. It's just a matter of they outperformed you.
Yes.
That's all it really is.
And in the second group, Nymphia definitely soaked up all the air in the room.
Please talk about that.
Didn't give Dawn much room to contribute or put some zingers in there or anything.
Hey Rex, thank you.
But yeah, like yeah, it was definitely like a Nymphia Hoover Fest. And
so the thing
it
about
wasn't even that great. Like there were good moments in the Hoover Fest,
yeah,
but then it was just chasing the tail.
Yeah, I think that, like when a person, I always say read the room.
Mm-hmm.
When you're doing a lot, especially when you're in a group or a team or duo, whatever you want to call it, and there not only was it just her and Dawn, but Michelle and Carson kind of like they couldn't get much in multiple times when talking with Nymphia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering, do you think she did that like just being oblivious, or she said, "Hey, I'm gonna take the moment. It's gonna be me."
No, I think that like they were saying, I think that she has this this understanding that silence in these particular instances is bad.
It's the awkward silences,
right? And it's a matter of knowing how to manipulate silence, to accentuate your point, because you might want to get across the awkward moment, because that might be the point. You got to be able to know how to set up.
I want to jump ahead, because if you go to Sapphira and Plain Jane's bathroom, there were plenty of awkward moments,
right? Yeah.
And they milked it,
right. So yeah, and that's the difference between knowing how to utilize silence and then fearing silence. And I think Nymphia fears silence, and then Dawn just couldn't get a word in edgewise.
She had no choice but to be silent.
And so that was the second group. Dawn and
the third group,
Sapphira and Plain Jane.
They have the booty juice.
Booty liquors.
I said booty juice.
Booty liquor.
It should have been booty juice. The booty liquor, speakeasy, lounge, bathroom.
Yeah. Something.
Yeah.
Like bathroom lounge, whatever.
Which kind of says it all. They had the whole 1920 flapper feel thing going on. They had a piano in the bathroom, liquor hidden everywhere. The powder little vanity had liquor hidden inside. They had liquor in the lampshade. They had liquor in the piano. So they knew what they were doing. They knew what needed to be done, and they did it.
Oh, yeah.
And they played off of each other so well. Plain Jane called Sapphira Sequoia, then
Shakira. Yeah, like it was crazy. Like, Plain Jane did this joke where it was like, yeah, here at Booty Liquors, we you'll see opera and what was it, opera, something else, ragtime, and a little scat, and we do scat. Sapphira was like, I don't do that nasty shit.
I ain't into that. Maybe you, but they played off each other.
Yeah, and it was like, it was great. They had a performance in there.
I was just about to say. Sapphira was singing opera, a very famous piece that I do not know the name of, which symphony it was, but she did it. And this is back to that awkward moment, because Plain Jane was a part of that performance with the triangle, hitting the little triangle, and literally there was one moment she was just waiting for a certain note, and she made it awkward on purpose, like. It was perfect.
It was great. And then the little smile at the end, she was standing there smiling like, I did it. I played this triangle. Y'all can't. Yeah. I was like,
right.
Plain Jane.
Back to the other moment they had when they got the joke about, like, just like back in the 1920s where it was prohibition, something, and segregation.
Yeah.
That was the
everything that you don't like about the 1920s.
Pretty
we don't
much.
have here. And right. Stuff, yeah. Oh gosh, yeah, and then they had like a little glory hole built into the stall, which was funny.
The singing hole, excuse me.
Yeah. Well, whatever. We know what it is.
So it was a 2-person bathroom stall, but there was a wall in between, but a little hole for you to sing to your partner through.
Yeah.
Make sure you're singing right into that microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that was the one where Michelle came alive the most. I think she had the most fun in the speakeasy one.
Yeah.
Although Carson and Michelle seem to have had fun in the Hell one with Q and Morphine with the tickle thing. One of the pit crew guys were like tied up to a wall,
Yeah,
and they were
tickled them with the little
tickling.
feathers. Yeah. Yeah. So those were the three.
So Rex Trek said, I would have preferred Rue allow them to pick a name from a hat to for team as opposed to Rue appointing them. I think that would have been an interesting twist.
Yeah, I think, and you know, in these situations, that is a production call because they
Yeah.
probably want to, you know, create different dynamics and put people in different situations for TV purposes.
Well, one, I'm thinking like the other option is you guys pick your own teams because Rue has done that multiple times within any season. You guys will pick your own teams. I'm wondering like who would have picked two in this? Because I kind of feel like Q and Plasma, Jesus, Q and Plane would have probably gotten back together. No, you don't think so? No, I really Plane and Q worked together with Tsunami for the musical. They did a really great job. I think no, Plasma won that one, but still, Q was really up there because she did good. I'm trying to think what other challenges they did together. They've done challenges together, so I'm just feeling like they have this thing where they work together. They do good. I kind of see that Dawn and Morphine probably would have worked together, and this is my pairing. All right, I'm not saying this is what they would have done. This is what in my head they would have done. Fair. All right. And I don't know. I kind of would have liked to see Saphira and Nymphia. Like those two are steamrolling this competition for the most part. Well, were. And no spoilers yet. So we go to the judge's critique. Our special guest judge was Mayan Lopez. She had a pretty yellow dress on.
Yes,
it was a pantsuit.
It's George Lopez's daughter.
It was a pantsuit, actually.
Familiar with who Mayan Lopez is?
Picking out a hat would have been more dramatic. No, I'm sorry, Rex. I disagree. Picking out a hat would have been too random, and it's like, okay, we picked this just who we're with, opposed to people having to fight over each other.
Yeah,
that would have been more fun. You know what I'm saying?
Production still could have rigged the whole hat thing. Like we had different hats for everyone. You know, like and then it would be who they wanted to pair them with in there. You know, but yeah, like I could see, but I could see productioning it.
And you know what else would have been interesting is Six Girls. I would have taken Plain Jane, who won the Maxi Challenge, and Morphine, who won the lip sync, and had groups of threes and only had 2 bathrooms. And Morphine and Plain Jane could have picked their teams. But then we would have had another presentation thing that just was a bust, I guess. Anyway, after that, let's get into our runway.
Yeah, so the runway was about chains and stuff, I guess, is what it was called.
Do your homework. I don't know what it was either.
Yeah, no, I don't know what it was either.
You know what's so bad about this, y'all?
I
I watched the show on my time. Stoney watches the show on his time. And most times, a chain reaction. Thank you, Roscoe. Most times, we try to get in here early and we'll watch we just watched the whole episode. I was letting you know, we legitimately just watched him like a chain was on somebody's head somewhere.
Yeah, it was a bunch of chains, Yeah.
Oh, all right. I want to go in order. I want to make a statement to what Rex said about Dawn, but I want to go in order.
What did you say? Go ahead.
No. We're going to go in order. We'll get back to it.
Oh, okay. So, Morphine Love Dion was the first one that came out. Very, gold chain,
someone said Rick James chain wig.
It was kind of like a Rick James wig. Like
Mayan Lopez said it was like Whitney Houston meets Jennifer Lopez. I'm thinking it's more like the idea was a Cleopatra. I get more Cleopatra that she was trying to go for.
Yeah. I see all those references. All of those references. Yeah. To be honest, it was like gold Wonder Woman. To me, I was like, it looked like the Wonder Woman suit, from '84, her golden suit.
All right. So I have not been very shady towards Morphine. When I didn't see it, but it wasn't shade. I wasn't like pointing out something obvious. like anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But with this look, listen, she killed the illusion for me.
Mm.
Just like Dawn did in her bathroom hunties, her
Mm-hmm.
outfit. That's why I pointed it out. It gave me very Sailor Moon without boobs.
Mm.
Almost. And that man figure in that dress killed that illusion for me. I'm sorry, that's me. Next. Morphine in this situation, I think her look, I didn't like the lip. The jewels on the lip, I just feel like that messed up the shape of the lip for me.
Mm.
So I didn't like that part. The outfit itself was great, except, is it a fupa? Or did she not do good with her tuck? If you saw the episode, you know what I mean. She had like this gold panty on, and it looked kind of more like a thong because it definitely gave the crack so you could see her booty. But it either looked like she had a fupa or a really bad tuck, and it could easily have been either. Like, I don't know what that is or what that was.
What's that say?
What I just said.
Yeah.
Hers was good, but her panty area bugged me.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't know what I'm looking at, and
I get it.
It's so distracting because I could say, okay, I'm just not going to look at it, but it was just so distracting that I like. And once you see it, you can't unsee it because before you see it, if you're not paying attention, it's like, okay, the camera's not focused on it. But once you see it, because I showed it to Stoney, and now it's like,
I get it. I get it. The fupa presence is definitely not, not getting it.
No.
Then we had Dawn after that. Yes.
So here's my problem. Rex said Dawn was the most plain, in quotation, looking.
Yes.
Now
the chains definitely were afterthought. Like with Morphine,
that's what her
the
looks
chains
like.
were a centerpiece.
Yeah, which it should have been.
The chains were definitely an afterthought. Like it didn't seem like this was well thought out. It just seemed like, okay, I need a chain. Like at the end after making a whole bunch of looks.
All right, I got another idea.
What do I have left?
I got to do the chains now.
Yeah.
You know what else would have been a great idea? If instead, all right, so I pitched this idea to Stoney earlier. I'm still workshopping it. Work with me. My first one was like a really big link chain, kind of like a bowl to go around the neck, hold around the arms, and at the end connect a bunch of little chains. But when I said that out loud, I realized, no, that don't sound too good. But what if instead of doing like the ideal link chain that they were like, how you have neck, like your chain on your neck, but just had like a whole bunch of those, do like this like grill
like
hood.
Mr. T?
Yes. But like you made an outfit that like maybe your outfit was more bling, but you just really had these crazy ass chains and you like accentuated that. Yeah. Still work on it? Work on it some more?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still working on it. We'll get there. Anyway, so yeah. Dawn, the chains were an afterthought. Then we had Q. What do you think? Because I don't even remember. It didn't stand out to me much.
I just thought that the pants looked incomplete. I like the top.
Oh, I remember now. It's the black with the red chains.
Yeah, I like the top. I just thought that the pants were incomplete.
The judge's critique was because on the side of the pants, as like the size of it, leg, on the outside of it, she had like these red link chains going all the way down, which as a concept, it wasn't bad, honestly.
Yeah.
But as a drag queen, you're selling fashion, but you're also selling the illusion, and it didn't do good. It didn't do much for the shape.
Right.
And then like the top piece, she had these chains that were kind of like hanging from her arms, and that looked amazing to me.
Right.
Didn't like the hair too much.
Even with the top ones, and I was saying like to continue the chains going inside the leg to kind of give like a wide pant pattern, like silhouette or illusion, but just with the chains. But like thinking about it, paring it down because less is more sometimes. She
right.
just did the chains like around the shin area, like to kind of make it look like, you know, like little bell bottoms or like little, like, you know how the fur looks around the
so
bottom
he's
of
gonna
the pants?
you're gonna create my chain look, because
Yeah.
the idea was actually way better
Like
from the
it
jump.
could be just down at the bottom, you know, and then you got the jacket up here with the tightness and everything, because this is not, you know, it doesn't have the chains or anything.
All right, here we go. Here's my idea,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to point out that Roscoe said this was his least favorite runway for Q.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's my chain look. Having on a breastplate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Having on pads.
Mm-hmm.
Having like a small little chain right here, and then it turns into like a bikini type thing, and then having like a little. It can't be changed. The underwear piece can't be changed, so I'm not exactly 100% certain with that. But then have like a bunch of shackles, doing the Lux New London look, that when you were dead and she was thrown into the thing in the water or whatever like that. But do like a dead girl with a bunch of chains on her from out the water or something like that. But like, yeah, get in there.
Yeah, get in there.
Okay.
Get in there, clean it up a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up, Morris? What's up, Grit? I love Morris. Morris Singletary. He is the man. Love him. All right. Quick story about Morris. I met Morris in 2011, 2012 in Atlanta. I went to Skate Boys Skate Night in Atlanta. He was on the microphone. We became friends years later. When I wrote A Life of Lust and I was on my release, this man was still living in Atlanta at the time, and he flew up to assist me, to be there to support me. You met him. He was at the release. And whatever between Stoney and more, because when Stoney had to run around, he was on all this other stuff. Morris was like, "No, Kevin, I'm by your side. What you need, I got you. Oh, mom, okay." Like y'all took care of me. But it was just the fact that this man flew from Atlanta to be here with me to help me celebrate, and then turned around and threw another event in Atlanta for me for the book. So, man, Morris, I love you. You already know that. And if you go to my Instagram page, I think I got a picture on my photography page. I did a photo shoot of him, and it was like, yeah, it was dope. Anyway, after Q, we had Nymphia Wind. I feel like we're out of order. It would have been more, huh?
What does Trixie always do? Every time Nymphia comes out and we talk, and she goes to talk about Nymphia on the pit stop, she just slams her cards on the table and is like fed up with life, because that's what Nymphia does. Every time she steps on the runway, she just wows you to the point where you are fed up with life. Because it's like, why?
So she did this Chinese threaded type of chain link. It was like she gave a very baby blue dominatrix with a whip, that sexy ponytail with the finger wave bang.
Yeah, like Chun-Li looking, you know, like ninja katana, like
I surrender.
Freaking Melina, all them fighting
Jones.
It was all wrapped up into, you know,
amazing. I don't care how she does in these challenges, her runways are always on point.
Just want to slam the card on the table, because I'm fed up with life. Like, fed up with life with Nymphia coming out there looking all delectable every time, like sweet Jesus.
Yes, she was anime. And Roscoe says stunning. So after Nymphia, we had Plain Jane. Now, she did that, her very futuristic, sexy body point.
Like Nymphia is having a Raja. Like,
I'm talking about Plain Jane now.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Like, you just had to go back.
Like the run of her, the run of her, the quality of her runway is like Raja. Like Raja, when Raja was on her regular season, like it was, what is Raja gonna do on this runway every week? That was the highlight of the runway. And
about this though, in this sense, because you're right. It's like a damn. Oh damn. With Nymphia, she's not doing a whole bunch. Like Saphira's looks are always on point too. She gives us these really big looks. I'm thinking about one of the most iconic moments in Drag Race history on the runway is when Courtney Act in season 6 came out with those wings.
And then, you know, then they was all out there and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah.
And so the reason why I bring that up is because I think a lot of queens come on the show to make those big grandstand moments, and a lot of them like home run with it.
Mm-hmm.
Nymphia isn't doing that, and she's still home running
every time. Like, sweet Jesus, like that. Her tie look is right up there.
Yes.
With
Oh
DX.
my gosh.
Like that tie look.
Her last week, Grace Jones look.
Yeah.
Was like,
yeah.
What in the world? What planet are you coming from?
That red look that she had earlier this season.
I was just thinking about that one.
Oh my God.
Like Nymphia. As much as y'all want to give it to Q, Nymphia is the look queen of the season.
Nymphia is the look queen of the season. Like, I don't care.
I think Q and Saphira are giving us some amazing looks, but Nymphia is the look queen of the season. Now, Plain Jane.
Yes. Now, on to Plain Jane. Plain Jane looked phenomenal.
Like, she looked like Plain Jane.
Right. And that was a critique that Michelle gave to her. It was a very expected, kind of style and I guess silhouette and everything. I'm not tired of it. Like, I will sop it up with a biscuit.
So I think Michelle
Plain Jane.
I think Michelle pointed it out that way because it's like, because she even said it's not a bad thing.
Mm-mm.
It is not a bad thing.
Mm-mm.
But we're almost at the top 4, and you've given us mostly the same thing. We love what you're giving us, but we want to see, can you give me something different? Because what you're giving us, you're feeding us. Don't get me wrong. We're not coming back for seconds because there's nothing left after you're done. But you could do something different. I think that's the point that Michelle Visage was making. We said nothing about her look besides that it's the same thing that we get all the time because it's not much to say. It was metallic silver with chains.
Right.
Not much to say. As much as we said Dawn's look was an afterthought, I think Plain said, I got this in the bag and didn't give it much thought.
Right. Exactly. I feel the same exact way. Yeah. So then we had Saphira Crystal.
Then we had our queen.
Yes.
And the world was okay.
Yes. She came in very much given latex, puppy dominatrix play. Like, it was.
Her purse was a fire hydrant.
Yes.
She came in a full head to toe doggy suit
and everything.
She had on a fake nose that was doggish and the ears to the side. I'm doing all this gesturing as if it's going to paint the picture for you guys, which I know it's not, but because I could never do it justice the way she did. Like, Saphira reigns. She is queen.
Yeah, that's. There were no crumbs.
None.
There were no crumbs, and
so
it was just piss left all over.
Just think about this. So you had Plain Jane, and you had Saphira working together in a challenge, and they have been in our top 4 for the longest consistently at this point.
Consistently, yeah.
How could you expect that anybody else, because neither of them have ever been in the bottom or close? Well, I ain't gonna say not close, but they both won their immunity. So I mean, they both had things going for them right now. Plain wasn't my favorite person for most of the season, but sister, she still ain't. But
I love Plain Jane.
She's not my favorite. But like we always say, you can't deny greatness. When a person is doing an amazing job, steamrolling ahead, fighting with every ounce of, and I know we were talking about Saphira, but I'm lumping the two of them because they're the last two that we're critiquing in the runway. They were paired together in a challenge together, and by God, they both won together.
Yeah, they did. They won the Maxi Challenge for this week. So they shared the tip and also the win, which gives Plain Jane technically 3 wins and Saphira 4 wins, which is a record.
So Saphira Crystal, hailing from Philadelphia, has set RuPaul Drag Race history because in no season from 1 to 15 has there ever been a contestant to win 3 consecutive wins.
Yes.
Now we've had them win multiple.
Three consecutive wins. Yeah,
that's the thing. She has 4 wins altogether, but she has 3 consecutive.
Which is still, I think,
a history thing.
1 or 2. I think it's 1 or 2 short from Benda's because Benda has the most wins on any single season. But
regular season,
yeah.
Because All-Star season, we have some people who just like dominated. Like, why y'all even here, girl? Go home. But regular seasons, Benda LaCreme has the most wins of any season. But right now,
win percentage of any person to compete on Drag Race, her and Bianca.
And we're not talking about maxi challenges here. We're just talking about mini challenges. We're just talking about maxi challenges here. So Sapphira she broke a record to be the first queen to win 3 consecutive episodes.
Right. Yep. There's been doubles, but there's never been a triple crown winner. Won 3 episodes in a row. So yes, Sapphira Cristál making drag history.
So let's do something different. Let's go from our top to our bottoms.
Okay.
Because we always go from the bottom to the top.
Yeah.
And I think right now it's very clear.
It's very clear.
3 mini challenge wins, 4 maxi challenge wins.
Yes.
Breaking records. Running into me. All right, so very clearly, Sapphira Cristál is in our number 1 spot.
Yes.
I don't think that most of the girls that are left has what it takes to catch up.
Nope.
There's not enough time for anybody to really catch up to Sapphira.
Has the most direct path to the finals. Yes. Closest
would be Plain Jane. Literally, she's the only person that has a foot in this race. Honestly, at this point,
she is. Plain Jane is clearly second. Yes.
Literally. So we have Sapphira, we have Plain Jane, who again, she earned the immunity in her first episode. She played Mean Girl most of the season, but she actually has been turning over a new leaf. She has only 1 mini challenge win, which she just won, but she has now 3 maxi challenge wins.
Right.
She's never been in the bottom per se. So all of that being said, she is the only person who's earned this title
of being second to Sapphira.
Yes.
I
can call number 3 and you can talk about it because I know that's your girl.
Well, I mean, but I'm gonna call it a spade a spade. I mean, Nymphia is number 3,
Yeah.
But I think that she is very much, and the crazy thing is she has 3 wins. Technically, she has.
Technically, she does. I don't want to give it to her, but if I'm giving Sapphira 4, I have to give her 3.
Yeah. So, and again, that win counted more. That win counted more to her than anybody else because obviously she's the only person from that group that's left now.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I can take that.
Yeah. So it's like. It's like she's been doing her thing and she came out of the gate very, very strong. I do think that she might need a little tune-up, you know what I mean, as far as the race goes, because this next challenge, which is the makeover challenge, and the makeover challenge typically comes right before the finals.
Well, here's my thing. I think that she doesn't have to worry about this. Morphine's still around. So, because as much as I've grown to love Morphine, when it comes down to design, I don't see her knocking Nymphia off at all.
No, not at all.
Not Q.
Not at all. Not Q. I definitely think that next week is definitely, is definitely a easy, pluck Morphine off week. But I definitely think that Nymphia, who has the chops to be in the final 2. Especially if they take the final 4 and they do a lip sync, Lollapalooza SmackDown for the crown.
You know what I see? What I might see happening?
I don't think Nymphia has the chops to beat Plain Jane or Sapphira.
So, but what I think might end up happening is, I'm loosely predicting, Sapphira, Plain Jane, are going to be the 2 headlines, obviously. So they're going to have Sapphira lip sync against Q or Nymphia, and Plain is going to lip sync.
Or are they going to do it like they did last year, where they get their own numbers, and then Ru brings them out, and then decides names the two who's gonna lip sync for the crown.
That could happen too. Yeah,
that's what they did last year with Mistress and
Lux
and Anitra and Sasha.
I guess.
But my thing is that like I know we got Plain Jane and everything. It's just like I would want a 4-way battle. Like I would want a 4-way battle at this.
Because honestly, I don't know, but I feel like Plain and Nymphia lip sync against each other, it could go either way.
Yeah.
I feel like Q, if it's based off a lip sync, it's gonna Q's gonna be out quicker than she maybe deserved. But I don't know because we already put Nymphia above her, so needless to say, Q is our number 4.
Q is number 4. Yeah. I mean, she just me personally, I don't like the unprofessionalism that she showed. To me, that is just pure unprofessionalism. I get that you would be in your feelings, but that is pure unprofessionalism.
Someone tried to give her credit though to say, hey, she knew that she was in her feelings, so instead of actually saying anything that would have made it worse, she decided to not say anything.
Yes.
And for that, I give her applause because sometimes that's not easy.
I think that was Trixie Mattel who said that.
The person who should not be named.
Who you're feuding with, even though they are so trolling you on the pit stop right now, guy. Like Trixie, I know you are watching, or you got people watching. Greatness absolutely adores you. Okay, keep doing what you're doing. Okay. Oh goodness, it's okay.
I don't know how the hell I got a feud with somebody who don't even know I exist.
I'm pretty sure
she knows who I am. But anyway, so if Q is at number 4 and there's only 5 girls left, that means
Morphine.
First off,
is our bottom queen. I'm sorry, Morphine, but
wait, no, because we didn't even tell everybody Dawn was eliminated.
Yes, Dawn.
We didn't even mention that yet.
Yes, Dawn was eliminated.
Oh, the lip sync.
Yeah, the lip sync. We'll get into that after you're done talking about Morphine being number 5.
Well, the fact that Morphine is number 5 and not Dawn is already pissing me off because I understand we expect. That's why I said it was bittersweet because one of them had to go home. And I will say now, for those of you who watched the episode, tell me if you agree with me. Dawn was robbed. Let me know what you think. Down in the comments. Do you believe that Dawn was robbed in this lip sync? Do you think she was robbed? I think Dawn was robbed. Completely. Like, somebody pulled the wool, or they pulled the fast one on Dawn. And that's why she didn't win a lip sync. Y'all not saying nothing. Y'all probably like, okay, Kevin, you crazy. And that's why you're not. But let me explain. Ain't no way in hell y'all expected Dawn to do anything to Body by Megan Thee Stallion. Who thought that Dawn was going against the 305? Morphine Love Dion? Who sent my Iman LePage home? Was going to go against Dawn and lose? Not that song. I mean, Dawn had a better chance against Plasma. After we watched Dawn like bomb in the worst way in the Funk Challenge, and you thought that you were going to give her hip hop? Her specialty was mayonnaise. And you thought she was going to do something on Body? Now, this sounds like I'm going in on Dawn, and that's because I am. But don't get it twisted. I love Dawn. I really, really love Dawn. I just don't see how y'all thought that y'all was going to give her Body by Megan Thee Stallion and think that she had a fair chance against Morphine. She was robbed. I've made my point.
Yeah, so Dawn was eliminated.
Wait, Rex. Oh, I got this. Rex said, I love Dawn too. It cuts grease.
Thank you. Saves a whole bunch of little ducklings during oil spills, you know. Oh gosh, Dawn is great.
It got warm. Let me open the window. I got warm just now. That was funny to me.
Yeah. So Dawn is no longer with us. She sashayed away after getting bodied. But
how you get bodied by the body to the song Body?
Yeah.
By me and Dawn.
It happened.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah.
So Dawn went home. So Morphine is our number 5 girl.
Yeah.
Morphine. We said it. You said it though. You were scheduled to go home this episode, but you missed your train. Dawn jumped on for you. You made it to the top 5, girl. And you know what? I didn't see that. No. I'm not gonna lie. I did not see that. Yeah, it's nice out. I'm right over the river from you guys. Oh, you over in Jersey? Yeah, it's nice out right now. But anyway, we have our top 5: Saphira, Plain Jane, Nymphia Wind, Q, Morphine, Love, Dion. Next week's challenge is, like we said, there's the makeover challenge. Challenge before the finale or before the reunion. Right.
Yeah, typically the final challenge typically determines who goes into the finals. So.
Oh no, because there's a music video they gotta make.
We'll see.
Typically there's a music video.
Yeah, but that's typically that's on the final. That's the final.
Right.
Right before they do the last show before the finals, which will be next week. So after whoever sashays away this week, then they do the music video one, and then it's like, who do you think? And then tune in, and then we'll
have the reunion.
And everything. So we are entering the home stretch, guys. It
feels like it's happened
Drag
so
Race
fast.
Season. I know.
And we've had like 2 premiere episodes. We had an episode where nobody went home. And it still seems like it's going by so fast.
Yeah. And then we got, All-Star Rumors. All-Star Rumor cast that we haven't even talked about, that we will talk about.
We have to talk about. Some people I see on them like, okay. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Some of them I'm like, oh, okay. All right.
Some I'm very excited for. Yeah. Others I'm like, okay, MBH, go home. We didn't ask for you to come. And you didn't want to be here.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway. So
let us know who your top 5 are. Does your top 5 match our top 5?
You know what? I mean, it's only 5 girls left. Yeah. Of course, it matches out for top 5. Who do you think are the top 3?
Some people may have Plain Jane at 1 and Nymphia at 2.
All right, so basically, what order?
Yeah,
that's what you're saying.
What's your top 5? Let us know your top 5.
Yeah, how do you see the rankings? That's what I would love to know. Outside of that, next week, first off, if you haven't already, make sure you guys are subscribed to us on YouTube. Turn on your notifications so each week when we send out a notification that we're going to be going live, you will be notified and you'll catch all of the great conversation. Share this with somebody. We want more people to hear. All your little Drag Race. I say it like that. All of your Drag Race friends, those who you're like, yo, girl, did you see Drag Race? Yo, bro, I know you're watching Drag Race. Let them see us. Introduce them to the GreatMines Show so that way they can add their 2 cents. We have, like Stoney said, we have another All-Star season about to be announced soon. And we're going to be talking about that. We got some other things in the works in between Drag Race seasons. You don't want to miss it. So make sure you guys are tuned in to the GreatMines Show every Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, we're going to be working on so many good things like coming up, and we need you guys' help. And the way you guys can help us again is to like, share, subscribe, comment, let us know, what you want to see and everything else, because we're trying to work on getting queens in here. Right. We're trying to do a whole bunch of stuff, and we need y'all help to spread the good word of the GreatMines Show to the masses, because we're doing a great job here, but we need your help. All right.
And I just wanted to highlight, Rex said that his their favorite or their top 5 is their top 5. Saphira, Nymphia, Plain Jane, and Q.
Okay.
That's their top 5.
Okay.
AKA by Morphine.
And that was Rex Morphine.
And thank you for sharing this on your Reddit.
Yes.
On Reddit.
On Reddit. And all the drag forums and everything. We appreciate you, Rex.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Outside of that, Stoney, do you want to tell the people anything special tonight?
Go vote. Please register to vote. Please, God.
Please,
please, God.
We have to vote, people.
And thank y'all for coming. God bless.